USA News. Full 1,000-word report, the 11th of January 2026. The United States is experiencing a day filled with major international, political, and sports-related developments. From rising unrest in Iran and new policy decisions in Washington to fresh military actions and international sports competitions. Today's events highlight America's wide-ranging influence across the world. This is your complete 1,000-word update on all the important USA news happening today. 1. Iran protests escalate as the US issues a strong warning. One of the biggest global stories today involves the rapidly intensifying protests in Iran. Thousands of Iranian citizens have taken to the streets across major cities, demanding political change, economic relief, and an end to restrictive government policies. Reports suggest the protests are growing in size and intensity, creating mounting pressure on Iranian authorities. The United States has responded strongly, expressing deep concern about the rising number of deaths and injuries caused by security crackdowns. President Trump and senior U.S. officials have issued a public warning to Iran, calling on the government to respect human rights and avoid violence against civilians. The U.S. message was clear: Iran will face consequences if it continues using excessive force. This statement has increased diplomatic tensions, raising questions about what actions the U.S. might take next. The situation remains highly sensitive and is being closely watched by global analysts. 2. Trump signs executive order protecting Venezuelan oil revenue in U.S. banks. In another major headline, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order aimed at preventing U.S. courts from seizing Venezuelan oil revenue stored in American bank accounts. Normally, foreign creditors could attempt to obtain these funds to settle Venezuela's massive debts. However, the new order blocks any such attempts, effectively shielding Venezuela's remaining international revenue from being taken. This move comes as Venezuela continues to face an extreme economic and humanitarian crisis. U.S. officials argue that allowing creditors to seize oil income would further damage Venezuela's already collapsing economy. Protecting these funds, they say, may help the country maintain minimal financial stability during its ongoing turmoil. Critics, on the other hand, believe the policy gives the U.S. more leverage in influencing Venezuela's political direction. Regardless of perspective, the executive order is a significant development in U.S.-Venezuela relations. 3. U.S. conducts retaliatory strikes against ISIS in Syria. The U.S. military has launched fresh retaliatory airstrikes against ISIS in Syria, following a recent deadly ambush in which American personnel were killed. According to Pentagon briefings, the strikes targeted key ISIS operational centers and leadership positions. Defense officials emphasized that the U.S. remains committed to eliminating ISIS threats in the region. Although ISIS no longer controls major territory, the group continues to carry out coordinated attacks, making them a persistent danger to regional stability and U.S. interests. The retaliatory action serves as a reminder that the United States is actively involved in counterterrorism operations and will respond decisively when American forces are harmed. Experts say the situation in Syria remains complex, involving multiple armed groups, regional powers, and shifting alliances. 4. United Cup Tennis. Coco Gauff defeats Swiatek, but USA team eliminated. In the world of sports, American tennis star Coco Gauff delivered a major highlight by defeating world No. 1 Iga Swiatek for the fourth consecutive time. Gauff's victory is being praised internationally as Swiatek is considered one of the toughest competitors on the women's tour, despite her individual brilliance. The USA team was knocked out of the United Cup after losing to Poland in the overall team score, while Gauff put on an extraordinary performance. Other matches did not go in America's favor, resulting in their elimination from the tournament. Sports analysts still regard Gauff's win as a strong indicator of her rising status in global tennis and predict a powerful season ahead for the young American star. 5. USA men's rugby team prepares for Fiji Coral Coast Tournament. The USA men's Rugby Sevens team is preparing for the Fiji Coral Coast Sevens, one of the world's premier rugby tournaments, scheduled to begin on January 15th. The team has been undergoing rigorous training, including fitness programs, tactical drills, and practice matches. Although rugby is not the most popular sport in America, the US team has steadily improved in recent years. Coaches believe participation in the Fiji tournament will give the players valuable international experience and help them compete against stronger rugby nations. Fans of American rugby are hopeful that the team will showcase strong performances and continue building momentum for future global competitions. 6. Broader U.S. trends. Politics, economy, and global engagement.